And first up, let's get you a roundup of all the top developments that we're tracking on COVID-19 from across the country. The Noida police is all set to use drones to keep a watch on people's movement amid nationwide lockdown. Drones will be used to track unnecessary movements and people who are hoarding essential items. No fresh case was detected in Noida on Thursday, with the total number of COVID-19 cases staying at 48. In a significant move to provide relief to people reeling under economic distress due to the lockdown, the Rajasthan government has decided to defer the recovery of electricity and water bills for different categories. The payments of electricity and water bills for industrial units, farmers and common people in the state will be postponed for 2 months. As of now, there are 128 active cases of COVID-19 in the state. In a bid to contain the spread of the pandemic, Srinagar Municipal Corporation installed its first decontamination and sanitation tunnel. The decontamination tunnel was installed at the entry of a designated COVID-19 hospital in Srinagar. 67 active cases and 2 deaths have been reported so far in Jammu and Kashmir. As the lockdown enters into the second week, Finance Ministry is busy preparing a second relief package for industries. Sources within the ministry have told India Today that the next package will be more than the 1.7 lakh crores given out earlier. Sources have also told us that the ministry is also contemplating which industries need the maximum protection. Every sector at the moment has given presentations and put forth their demands. The Tamil Nadu government has issued a statement saying that their containment plan, which is in place in 26 districts, has covered 13.67 lakh people and 2.84 lakh households. 4,585 ground workers have been part of this initiative that was announced on March 28th. The containment plan includes door-to-door checking by health workers and demarcating 5-kilometer radius of the locality where positive patients lived. And our focus this morning is on the address by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It comes a day after holding that virtual meeting with all the chief ministers across the country. There will be a video message that's released at 9 a.m. today. Sources say that the Prime Minister is expected to stress on how the battle with COVID-19 is at a crucial stage and how the cooperation of every Indian citizen in implementing the lockdown is needed at this point. The Prime Minister is also expected to reach out to religious leaders to appeal for a collective fight against coronavirus. Prime Minister Modi is also likely to announce a plan for the gradual end of the lockdown after April 14th. Indications at this point are that the government may opt for a lockdown in corona hotspots after the nationwide lockdown ends on April 14th. This will be Prime Minister Modi's third address to the nation on coronavirus. Let's now listen in to what the message is that the Prime Minister shared in his first and second address.
आज रात 12 बजे से पूरे देश में, ध्यान से सुनिए, पूरे देश में आज रात 12 बजे से संपूर्ण देश में संपूर्ण लॉकडाउन होने जा रहा है। हिंदुस्तान को बचाने के लिए, हिंदुस्तान के हर नागरिक को बचाने के लिए, आपको बचाने के लिए, आपके परिवार को बचाने के लिए आज रात 12 बजे से घरों से बाहर निकलने पर पूरी तरह पाबंदी लगाई जा रही है। देश के हर राज्य को, हर केंद्र शासित प्रदेश को, हर जिले, हर गांव, हर कस्बे, हर गली मोहल्ले को अब लॉकडाउन किया जा रहा है। ये एक तरह से कर्फ्यू ही है। जनता कर्फ्यू से भी कुछ कदम आगे की बात। जनता कर्फ्यू, जनता कर्फ्यू यानी जनता के लिए, जनता द्वारा खुद पर लगाया गया कर्फ्यू इस रविवार यानी 2 दिन के बाद 22 मार्च को 22 मार्च रविवार को सुबह 7 बजे से रात 9 बजे तक सभी देशवासियों को जनता कर्फ्यू का पालन करना है।
Manish Pandey is joining us live this morning with more details. Manish, good morning. A lot of anticipation over exactly what the Prime Minister's message is going to be. The last time he addressed the nation last week was, of course, when he announced the lockdown, which is why Indians, of course, have a lot of trepidation of what really the Prime Minister is going to say. What are our sources telling us about the likely announcements that could be made today?
Yeah, well, Akshita, we have been given to understand is that the Prime Minister will be stressing that at this point of time, apart from the doctors and nurses, it is the responsibility of every citizen to keep the country safe, and the efforts by the governments are on. But at the very same time, it is the citizens who have to do their bit. They have to stay inside their home, and apart from this, there will be also some talks about the religious leaders in backdrop of what happened with Markaz Nizamuddin. Yesterday, he already stressed that the role of religious leaders is very important. They should speak to all their followers, and they should stress on how social distancing and staying inside home during this lockdown is important. Now, again, he will be speaking on the very same issue. This is what our sources are telling at this point of time. Overall, the video message which Prime Minister Modi will be delivering will be all about lockdown and how every citizen has a very important role to play as far as the fight against coronavirus is concerned. Back to you.
Manish, request you to stay on with us, because even as we're tracking closely what the Prime Minister's message is going to be come 9 a.m. this morning, we're also getting you the latest on the hunt for all the coronavirus positive patients. And one important point in that is a contact tracing exercise that's underway to identify all those who participated in the Tablighi Jamaat event in the capital. Now, amid a countrywide manhunt also by the police for the participants of this event, the Jamaat leader Maulana Saad Khandalvi says he is quarantined himself on doctor's advice. The Delhi Police Crime Branch have sent notices to all 7 organizers, including Maulana Saad, to give them in writing on why the rules were not followed by them. Meanwhile, pan-India searches are being carried out in mosques and other locations to trace the Tablighi Jamaat members. The foreign members who had travelled extensively to various states also are being hunted down. The Ministry of Home Affairs, meanwhile, has blacklisted 960 foreigners present in India on tourist visas for their involvement in the Tablighi Jamaat activities. MHA has also directed DGPs of all concerned states to take necessary legal action against all such violators. Taking this across once again to Manish Pandey. Manish, any breakthrough as far as the hunt for Maulana Saad goes?
Yeah, well, the crime branch maintains that there are 2 teams in Western UP. They have searched the residences of Maulana Saad's relatives, and a notice under Section CRPC 91 has been served to Maulana Saad. Now, Maulana Saad has maintained before the police that he will be replying to the summons. He will be giving a written answers. And apart from that, Delhi police has also asked about the details of those who were in the gathering from March 15 to 23rd of March. Now, why this has become very important? Akshita, remember, it took almost 8 weeks for India to, the first patient was detected on 30th of January, but the number of 1,000 reached only after 8 weeks. But in last 4 days, the number has gone up by 1,000. And most of the cases, more than 750 cases out of the recent 1,000 cases are linked to Tablighi Jamaat. So this has become very crucial at this point of time. The police claims that they have identified 9,000 people who are quarantined. More than 1,300 foreign nationals have been identified who are in 15 states, but there are still people who are out there. They may be containing the novel virus, and there is a high chance that they might spread in the society also. So identifying themselves and quarantining themselves is is very important task, not only for the government, but also for the police. But as far as Maulana Saad is concerned, he is maintaining that he himself is in isolation. It is in contradiction to what he was claiming earlier, that there is nothing known as social distancing. There is no need to follow the advice of government. But now he is in isolation, and he has not presented himself before the police as of now.
And we'll have to see if today the police managed to trace exactly where Maulana Saad is. But for the moment, Manish, thank you for joining us. Let's also get you the latest on the massive contact tracing exercise of all the attendees of the Tablighi Jamaat event in Delhi, with the Markaz-linked cases now shooting to over 750. Delhi now has 182 positive cases, all linked to the Nizamuddin Markaz event, with 129 coming to light yesterday alone. Tamil Nadu has seen a serious spurt in the number of cases. They've registered 74 new cases with links to Tablighi Jamaat meet. Uttarakhand also recorded 3 positive cases traced back to this event. 1 new case linked to the meeting came to the fore in Uttar Pradesh's Ghaziabad, taking the count of Markaz-linked cases in Uttar Pradesh to 3. Assam, meanwhile, has traced 488 people who attended the Tablighi Jamaat event. Samples of 361 attendees has been sent for testing and the results are awaited. The contact tracing, meanwhile, of a 56-year-old man who died of coronavirus in Mumbai's Dharavi has revealed that 10 people from Tablighi Jamaat were staying in one of his apartments.
Tablighi Jamaat is the trigger for the latest spike in the coronavirus outbreak in India. By Thursday, over 520 of India's over 1,800 Covid-19 cases were found to have linked to the Islamic outfit. In a sweeping nationwide hunt, authorities identified over 9,000 people linked to the Nizamuddin Markaz, including 1,306 foreigners. Over 1,800 are quarantined and 334 hospitalized.
अब तक इन राज्यों से करीब 400 पॉजिटिव केसेस आइडेंटिफाई हो चुके हैं, जिनकी की एपिडेमियोलॉजिकल लिंकेज इस क्लस्टर से पाई जा चुकी है. नंबर और बढ़ता जा रहा है जैसे जैसे केसेस सैंपलिंग की रिपोर्ट आ रही है.
Now healthcare workers are rushing against time to contact trace those who attended the event in Delhi in order to stop the further spread of the contagion. This even as the cops have launched a manhunt against the Maulana.
कि मौलाना साहब के सिलसिले से जो खबरें उड़ाई जा रही हैं कि वो गायब हैं और चले गए हैं, अंडरग्राउंड हो गए हैं, सामने नहीं आ रहे हैं, ये बिल्कुल गलत बात है. ये बात इसी से खारिज हो जाती है. ये बात अपने आप में इसी से झूठी हो जाती है कि वो सेक्शन 91 CRPC का जो नोटिस है मौलाना साहब को प्राप्त हो चुका है, उसका जवाब वो बना रहे हैं.
The Maulana had asked the massive congregation to ignore coronavirus advisories and assemble at mosque.
क्या मसला हल होने तक मस्जिद को छोड़ दो. सोचो तो सही, कैसी उल्टे दिमाग लोगों के. और हदीस में क्या है कि मसला हल होने तक मस्जिद को छोड़ना मत.
But as the news tightens around him, the Maulana, who is untraceable, issued a fresh audio message, appealing to his supporters to follow the lockdown orders and stay home.
एहतियात और तदाबीर का इख्तियार करना, जिसमें ख़ास तौर पर उलमाए हक़ की तरफ से जारी करदा हिदायत का अहतमाम करना है. नीज़ डॉक्टरों की हिदायत व इलाज का अहतमाम, हुकूमत व इंतज़ामिया का पूरा साथ देना, मसलन मजमा जमा न करना और इन हालात में हुकूमत और इंतज़ामिया की पूरी मदद करना ज़रूरी है. जहाँ भी हमारी जमातें हैं वो वहाँ रहते हुए हुकूमत के क़वानीन की पाबंदी ज़रूर करें.
Prime Minister Modi too issued an appeal to religious leaders to help in the fight.
मेरा आग्रह है कि राज्य स्तर पर आप समाज के गणमान्य व्यक्तियों, सभी संप्रदायों के धर्मगुरुओं, उनकी मीटिंग बुलाकर उनसे आग्रह करें कि वो अपने अपने अनुयायियों को, अपने मतपथ के लोगों को, अपनी विचारधारा के लोगों को इस लड़ाई में भागीदार बनने के लिए, सहयोग करने के लिए समझाएं, उसका नेतृत्व करें.
Will the cleric of Corona pay heed? Bureau Report, India Today.
India today has learnt that at least one of the Tablighi members from Andaman had visited the Shahin Bar protest site, where hundreds were sitting on that protest against CAA and NRC. This revelation has only increased fears with regard to the coronavirus spread. We get your details in this report.
The coronavirus spread triggered by the Nizamuddin event could get bigger. There are reports that some of the Tablighi Jamaat members might have visited Shahin Bar when hundreds of people were still on their sit-in protest against the Citizenship Amendment Act. A critical Covid-19 patient in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands who was at the Markaz in Nizamuddin had visited Shahin Bar.
The protest site at Shahin Bagh was always going to be vulnerable after the outbreak of Covid-19. And after a lot of persuasion, protesters finally left the spot. And now with new information emerging that at least one member of the Tablighi Jamaat visited this place, authorities have been told to verify and check whether there were others who came here.
Officials are yet to record the patient's statement, but the search for others who may have gone along with him is on. Contact tracing is being done through technical surveillance, mobile data and travel history. Already hundreds who were connected to the Markaz have tested positive. Fears are now that the numbers are going to shoot up.
The Markaz building has been sealed since hundreds were taken away from here to hospitals and have turned COVID positive. But now the biggest challenge for authorities is to carry out contact tracing across the country. And what is even more alarming is that there are over 800 foreigners who need to be traced who were part of the congregation here. With camera person Ashwani Helen, Abhishek Bhalla in New Delhi for India Today.
And Maharashtra continues to be the worst affected state in the country with 361 active coronavirus cases and 17 deaths. On Thursday, the state recorded 81 fresh cases. India's financial capital Mumbai has emerged as one of the major coronavirus hotspots with over 200 confirmed cases. Asia's largest slum, Dharavi, reported another case late last night. A 35-year-old doctor staying in the Dharavi main road was found positive for coronavirus, taking the total number of positive cases in the slum to 2. Police has quarantined the residents of the doctor and contact tracing is also underway. It's being learned that the coronavirus positive doctor himself called the BMC and was taken to the Raheja hospital. And here's a look at the overall numbers. Active coronavirus cases in India has jumped to over 2,300. This with 69 people also losing their lives to the virus so far. Maharashtra remains the worst affected state, as we just pointed out, with 81 new cases being reported in the last 24 hours in the state. 57 fresh cases have been reported in Mumbai alone. This takes the active cases in Maharashtra to 361. Tamil Nadu is the second worst affected state with 302 active cases of Covid-19 and 1 death. Chennai, with 46 cases, is the worst affected in Tamil Nadu. As the number of positive cases mounts in India, in a bid to efficiently contain the virus outbreak, the government will launch the Arogya Setu app to trace contacts of those who have tested positive for the virus. Now, there's a lot of panic and a lot of fear over the coronavirus spread in the country. There's also a misconception that this virus is deadly and kills most people who are diagnosed with it. But that is most definitely not the case. And to highlight that, there's absolutely no need to panic and no need to assume the worst, we spoke to some corona survivors.
Novel coronavirus is not invincible.
Here with
This 37-year-old was one of the youngest patients who was put on ventilator. His condition deteriorated rapidly in a matter of days. But this techie fought hard and has lived to tell his tale.
I got positive and then I admitted to Kasturba. Even though my treatment was going well there, but my health got deteriorated and I was having a respiratory problem. Then the Kasturba doctors and Jaslok doctors decided mutually and then informed that I have to be transferred to Jaslok, and then Jaslok Hospital and the infectious department took care of my life, that they gave me a second birth, I can say, because I was on 20th of March when I came over here. I was kind of having no hopes of further life.
The survivor describes that the fight against the virus was the most difficult time of his life, because it wasn't just him. His 3-year-old daughter and his wife also tested positive for COVID-19.
So it was very difficult time for me because there was a kind of fear of this virus within everywhere in the world, and I got tested positive, and 2 of my family members. Out of that one, like my 3.5-year-old daughter was positive, so it was scary for us.
The techie's family, fortunately, has also made full recovery. His daughter and wife are doing just fine. The doctor who treated him says there's no need to panic about COVID-19.
एक मरीज उनको हमने भर्ती किया था जसलोक हॉस्पिटल में, और वो उस समय वेंटिलेटर पे थे. इस हालात में भी कोरोना वायरस का इलाज हो सकता है, और अगर जो ये हालात हो भी रहे हैं तो भी आपको चिंता करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है.
At a time when there's so much that is spoken about coronavirus, it's important to highlight time and again that most patients make a full recovery. Take this 24-year-old for example, another coronavirus survivor.
Yeah, it was fully glass covered, and they have each and every equipment over there, and doctor always used to wear that clothes, full body clothes, and they always they told us to wear mask. Not all the time when they used to visit us, they used to say wear mask, and even all it's a attached bathroom, and that's good. I think the room was good.
The mortality rate of coronavirus in India is around 3%, which means that while COVID-19 spreads rapidly, a person who is diagnosed with the virus is most likely to make a full recovery. With Saurabh Bakhtania in Mumbai and Indrajit Kundu in Kolkata, Bureau Report, India Today.
Participants have been hit hard by coronavirus, with virtually the entire world in a lockdown. Many important events in the sports calendar have been impacted, with many of them being cancelled. So what's the current state of these events? We break it down in this report.
The entire world is reeling under the impact of coronavirus. Sports is no different, with events and tournaments either being suspended, postponed or cancelled. The Indian Premier League was among the first few big-ticket events that had to be put on the back burner. But with time, things have only gone from bad to worse. Globally, professional football and tennis have stopped.
Number 5 for the Serbian superstar.
European Championship have been postponed until 2021, and soon the decision came that the French Open has been suspended until September. Tokyo Olympics, which was originally scheduled to begin on July 24th, has also been put off by exactly 1 year. Among other big events, Augusta Masters, one of the major events in the golf calendar, was also put off. Wimbledon is the latest on the list, which has been cancelled for the first time since World War II. There are still concerns over whether the IPL will eventually happen or not, but the big question will be on the T20 World Cup in October down under. Sports Bureau, India Today.
And with that, it's a wrap in this edition of the Bulletin. For all the updates that you need to know on the coronavirus outbreak, you can log on to our website, indiatoday.in. Those details are also up on the India Today app. Stay home, stay safe and stay informed with India Today.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.